Hello friends, welcome back for the new video. In this video, I'll be addressing you some of the interesting factors and information for the MEXT Scholarship application stage, especially the acceptance and rejection state. And it's one of the critical question many times people ask, and there is no certain explanation in many of the places. I found some of the observations when I was applying and when I was coming back to when I was coming to Japan during my application process. Maybe it will be useful to you. Let me share some of them. I shared to privately when they ask me questions. So the first one we'll address and I'll discuss with you about the rejection rates once the university is sent to the embassy, the final acceptance for the MEXT. That's the first one, and even the embassy sends to the final acceptance. That's also first one, similar case. And second one, I'll be discussing with you the rejection rate. Let's say the professor accepts or the supervisor accepts in the particular laboratory and it gets rejected in the university. And one more instance, we can say like even the before reaching to the professor, like some universities you need to send through the office and the professor takes it and then you get rejection. So let's see these scenarios how it goes. The first one, the critical one, many of you kind of wanted at some point to know how the rejection rates. Overall the rejection rate will be very high, that like because of the competition, there are many applications which are not so strong, so that is one of the reason there are a lot of rejection rate. And second one, the competition. And for example, now this instant what we are discussing about, you are accepted from the university and you got the mail that you have been nominated for the embassy, for the final, sorry, for the university recommendation final selection from the MEXT. And also from the embassy, after you receiving the letter from the university, and again second phase you send your documents for the final acceptance from the MEXT Tokyo. So these two instances are similar. So what are the rejection scope, what is the situations, right? So those recently some of you got selected, and before you also had some. Now I think now, yeah, now you are in waiting phase, some of you, and you had this anxious and some doubts actually. So the situation is that what I found in the when I was similar situation, what I found is that there is thin chances of rejection, to be precise, especially the universities in Tokyo, the Tokyo University and Tokyo Institute of Technology, and maybe Osaka University and Kyoto University. This is what I found in the observations. Maybe other universities also there, but I think the slots are limited, so I don't think there is a big impact. But yeah, why it is rejected? So there is a chance of rejection. So what are the scope and why? So before that, it's a high chance that rejection rate may not be too high. That's one good thing about this situation, because you already filtered by your lab professor and already filtered by your university, and then you got nominated to the final selection. And the embassy also same thing. After your second selection, during second screening process, you got this one, right? So what are the odds? So what I know, once in a few years ago, it's been 2016 or 2017, around that, I found a news that because of the scholarship cuts and the ratio cuts, the embassy or the MEXT panel in Tokyo has to reject certain applications, because to maintain the ratio of the budget. And that time almost 30 to 40% applications after the university nomination to the MEXT final, and they got rejected. That's a kind of once in a blue moon or maybe situation. So they got many people rejected even after the university nominates. Like the slots become very slim for all the universities across the Japan. That's what I found. I couldn't remember the source. I thought of quoting in the video, but yeah, that is possible to think, because the embassy has to. This is a final selection by the MEXT, the Tokyo the final office, the final MEXT office. So they have to cut down. That's what the rejection rate scope. And what about now? So why we are talking now? So there is a chances very slim, but we didn't see anything in the public news that scholarship cuts and all. But there is a discussion going on, some of, at least some minor discussion. The scholarship be not increased despite of the price increase and the living expenses increase and all. Recently there was no significant increase in the scholarships. So that topic is going on. So they are asking in opposite way. It's not to cut down, it's to increase the scholarship. So I think there is almost like slim chances of rejection as of now this year also, to my observations. This is from my side, what I told to some of you also. And based on the university, the slots, some of them they already put very few slots. So obviously there is not so high chances of rejection. That's one the first situation, right? The similarly for embassy recommends, let's say, some 20 applicants or 18 applicants. So after the second screening, and you'll get the acceptance, most of them. Very few, I think they have to filter from embassy side, but the university side, after university nomination for the final round, the rejection rate is very slim. That is what I could perceive from my observations, and what I observed in the previous when I was in similar state. And the second situation, what are the odds of rejection once the professor has rejected, what to say, the accepted professor has accepted from the laboratory? What is the odds of rejection, right? Your professor and your group in charge, or maybe your school, they have nominated and to the office, and the office has to declare the nominations. That is before this state what we discussed just now. So what are the odds of rejection? So let's say your professor is I think we discussed in a couple of videos that some labs and some professors, they are I mean, every professor in the all the universities, they're trying to attract the international audience, so who can speak English, and to their laboratories. It's been increasing all the laboratories, their efforts. So some labs, they never had some international students, or maybe they have one or two international students in the past, and maybe you are third or fourth person like that. There are some labs. So that kind of labs, there is a chance, significant chances your application may not be rejected. You'll be going for the next process. And some labs, let's say there are two professors in that group. One professor has a student in the past, other professor doesn't have a student at all, and now he got, maybe this year he got, like that, there is a chances. Another thing is that there are some professors, they always get students from international to do the mixed. Almost, let's say, I know some labs, they are more than 5 to 7 people or maybe more. So they kind of, there are already so many people, and again this year also they get a lot of applications, and they actually get normally 3 4 students minimum, like that, something like that. So that kind of labs, maybe there is a chance that even after professor nominates, the university may not consider because of certain reasons, to balance with the other laboratories I told just now. The other laboratories also may need to get the slots, so they may don't get a chance to, what to say, the nominated by the university. That is a one way. But other way, you can think in a positive way that this laboratories may be significant. They may always need to get some students as per the research area they are working on, as per the university the policies, the coming 10 years 20 years policies. They may be working on the similar project, they may need more manpower. So that's still there is a positive, but yeah, I could see there may be chances of rejection in that case. And I think the third one, right, the third one is even like some schools, you'll be applying through the offices, and like I think Kyoto or Osaka University, I don't remember, recently we checked for some students. So you need to apply, and they need to send to their faculty, and then the faculty will respond. It's like through the office communication. So this time you may get rejected. So how, what are the odds of rejection, and how can you say it is applicable? Like second situation, where you kind of getting rejected based on the previous history of the laboratories and the demand of the school policies and other reasons. So in that way, it maybe gets rejected some cases, and if you are lucky enough, maybe it won't get rejected in that way. So that is also another situation you can remember. So if you ask me personally, what happens in this situation, or what even I talk to many of you, so basically it's a long process. People get anxious because after long waiting, you got call and you got interview, and again you got to wait some more months. And now the rejection rate, or how to do, what to do, and you have parallel applications. You can apply for other universities, until this date. Once the your application goes from two places, it's not correct, so you need to cancel the second application. So some people are asking, they want to retain the high chances university and not the other one which can be rejected. So that is a bit tricky, but yeah, you can choose wisely. You can choose one university and stick to it if you get two options, and it's high chances that it may not reject, so don't worry. That is one thing I could say. And you wait for the final selection, and then you can get through it. But the anxiousness and the tension, yeah, so far our channel has touched almost 70 countries or more people audience, and they are getting benefited with our content, and I seen some of them in different occasions, the questions and all. The anxiety is common when this waiting is there, and we also had other options we have to think and how to career plan, and also it is common, and I don't have solution as of now. So stay awaited, those who are awaiting in this process. And if you're already gone selected this space, hopefully you'll not get rejected in the final selection. So stay hopeful, and wish you all the best. And do let us know in the comments section if you have any comments or doubts. We'll keep discussing. And those who are watching for the first time, or maybe other questions, keep watching our content in the website and even in the other videos. So you'll find a lot of useful information, and your application process may be smooth. And I wish you good luck and hope to see you in Japan. Thank you. Have a good day.